Right, hello everybody, welcome to Friday Night with Hilly, and we are here for PRF1, full qualifying 50% race round Great Britain, Silverstone. That's one of the great tracks, truly great tracks, and not just in Access Britain, it is one of the greats. And I think, have we got it till some like 2030 now or something like that, I think, not quite sure. Keep up to date with it as much as I used to. So just sharing the stream about. I'm a little bit later starting than usual. There we go. Just a couple more shares to do, and I'll be with you. General chat. There we go. One more. NZ FPR. FPL. Let's see driver's chat. No? There we go. Right, okay, that's all the sharing done. Good evening, Ransdell. Good evening, Big D. How the devil are you guys? Hope you're well. Let's get to some action. What's going on then? Got some details on. We got a Haas has gone out, so that is Josh, nice and early. He's 18 on grid at the moment. He's Curse there. If Curse isn't there, I think he's joining during qualifying. He put a message in a Discord that was a little bit like, what do you mean? But that's how I interpreted it. So I think he meant that he's going to be a bit late and join qualifying. So I think that gets to 19. I don't know about the other seat. AMS Josh at first. Looking up and down this grid, it's going to be tight, I'm sure. Oh, let me just do the audio settings a second, otherwise it's going to blow everybody's ears off. There we go. Should be better. Not so bad in a broadcast cam. It's when you go onto the onboard cam that it's suddenly very loud. There we go then. So Josh, AMS Josh, first to set a lap for us tonight here at Silverstone. Around this sort of stadium complex, as I prefer to call it. Over the line, and we head into turn 1 flat out through turns 1 and 2. Then keep the car to the left, late brake in around about 70 metres. And he's all out of shape in turn 3, and I think that's going to be lap aborted already. So we've got some others. We've got a Red Bull. I think that's Ransdell coming up to start a lap. So I think we'll go to him. Oh no, it's not Ransdell, it must be his teammate then, so it's Clem. So let's go to Clem. Evening Fatal. Do your best, mate. And free dropout tonight, Q1. Clem, we are on board with then. So flat out through turns 1 and 2 as before. Late braking around about 70 metres, down the third, get the car over to the right as much as you can before turning in, trail braking into the left-hander, then flat out through this left-hander, takes you onto the straight, DRS open, and then head up now into a quite unusual corner, really late apex on this one, use 445 through there, then the right, I do forget some of the corner names at the moment, they'll probably come to me a bit later on. And out onto the back straight and into Cops now. Runs out wide there, Clem, but hasn't invalidated as we go into Maggots and Beckett's. Flats out through the first bit, down to 7th, down to 6th, use the inside curve, straighten up the steering wheel. PRS open again as we head down the long straight, which will be the place you're likely to see them overtaking tonight. And in fact, I must admit, all the corner names have disappeared on me from my brain all of a sudden as we go into commentary. I had them earlier on. I was doing time trial on here before coming in. 1:27.8 from Clem. Josh was a 27.0, by the way. I just assumed he was going to back out because he was all out of shape in turn 3, but clearly he didn't. Davis 26.8 from McLaren. Here's Misfit just coming up to Maggots and Beckett's. On the medium tyres, by the way, Misfit. Looking to get through Q1. As I mentioned to Fatal there a second ago, there's only 3 drivers to go out in Q1 as it stands right now. So it will depend a bit on when Kurse gets in. Could go to 4. 27.9 from Misfit. Ransdell went fastest in the other Red Bull with a 26.6. Adukan fast through the middle sector and goes fastest on the mediums. 26.6 on the medium tyre. Very good lap. And that's it for the moment. Got the 2 Alpines on outlaps here just coming round. I don't know if they're doing staying close together. Maybe they're looking to do a little toe. Oh, Kurse, can I get an invite, please? You can. When I can find you, you can. No, you're not online. Yes, you are. There you are. Invite sent, Kurse. So we're watching the 2 Alpines. There's Kurse joining now. Nice 3 cops from Scott. So you use the gear down. You don't necessarily have to use that, but I tend to find that I gear down really close to the corner exit to 7th because it just about takes the res below max. Just depend on your setup, of course, how much downforce you're running in that. So I would say, just going on sight here, I would say that Atkins looks like he's gotten away from us a little bit, so I think Atkins will be the quicker of the 2. Well, that shows what I know, doesn't it? Scott goes fastest in the wall, 26.5. Atkins, P4, 26.7. I can't believe that just happened. Go with Robbo. Check the tyres, by the way. We've got some Misfit's done his lap on the mediums. Adukan has also done his on the mediums. Everybody else on softs, apart from Fatal Defiance, is going out on hard tyres. Maybe going to do a bit of, perhaps just a bit of practice, race practice instead. Doesn't tend to have the best luck getting through Q1, so maybe he's opting to use the time as a bit of extra practice running instead. So I'll see with Kurse joining, we're up to 19 now. What about just coming up towards the end of the lap now under the DHL sign and into the stadium section. Bad, a little bit wide, but not too bad, and goes fastest in a way. 26.169. Nice lap, Robbo. That's You see him through pretty comfortably. So Theo in the other Alfa Romeo just jumps up to P10. This is Ross Bangs then, formerly known as Shrek. Yellow flag's nothing to worry about, by the way. They're just cars slowing down to let somebody else through. On the small DRS straight. Yeah, it's just a little bit narrow on the second part of the stadium. It's the 26.4 that puts him into P2 again. That would be safely through. Silent Oxton is invalidated, so he's coming around to start another lap. Dre just coming up to Cops. Oh, he's backed out completely. Maybe is he on another run? He's just coming. Again, he's just coming up to Cops. Over sector 2 split line, 36 thousandths down at the moment. Oh, that sounded like we've got a bit of gravel on the left rear, I think. And into the pits he comes. So yeah, the front left didn't seem to hit the gravel, so I think it must have been the rear. They having another go, maybe? Way. 6.5 minutes left in Q1 now. So it's 4 drivers yet to set times. And Fatal's only done laps on the hards, so let's see if he's going to have a go on Sauce at the end to see if he can get through. Right at this moment in time, it's just pretty much getting a lap on the board would definitely put you at least P14. So Robbo retires out in the pits, happy with his work so far today. Kurtz now goes fastest for Ferrari, 126, 123. Here comes Dre then over the final corner, 127.1, puts him in P12. Only 3 tenths off of P16, so I think Dre will be a bit disappointed with that. He's going to have to go again, I'm sure. So Spreader's completed a lap. He's jumped up to P3 in Williams, 26.374. Comes Big D then down to stadium section, and it's only the 2 AlphaTauris yet to get a time on the board. Big D jumps straight up to P3. Silent Octin still sat in the pits. It looks like he's going to put some pressure on himself to do it in one. Has been out previously, of course, but invalidated and went back to the pits. Fatal has come back in, so maybe he's going to give it a go. Nicely through Maggots and Beckett's from Dark Lord. He found some form in Brazil, Dark Lord, and looking like he's carrying it on here. It's a decent second split. Yeah, across the line, 26.9. Puts in P12 for the moment. I think that'll be safe, but we will wait and see. Not say for certain at all. Especially if the track evolves slightly before the end of the session. So, oh, Fatal's left the session, that's no good. It's an invite sent to your Fatal. Join back. That means he's in the lobby, but he's still got to load into the track. But he should be done in... Oh. How can he be disqualified? He's not even in control of the car, and he's been disqualified for parking in a dangerous location. Oh, the game's getting... I swear, it's getting worse. POTUS, or EA, whoever it is that does it, give us some stability updates or something, please. And that's a good second sector from Clem. Comes Clem then, 1:26.916, goes P12 just ahead of Dart Lord, which could be important. Silent Oxygen, Shrek retires, I haven't done enough, he's up in P5. This is a big lap. Notice he has come out early enough that if he was to make a mistake here, Silent Oxygen, he can recover and do another lap. He was a bit wide there on the left-hander. Go through Maggots and Beckett's, and Axel joins. He's too late. Axel, he's not going to get a lap in. That will fill the grid. I know he's been out in the movies, he's been watching Doom 2. But he's not made it back in time to get a Q1 lap on the board. 25.7 from Adukan goes fastest. That is a very, very good lap for Q1. As Silent Oxygen crosses. 26.7 goes P11. That will see him through. I just want to take a look at Dre. He's got an Aston in front of him while he's on a lap. That is Adukan. Oh, he seems to stay in front of him for some time then. Let's go back to... Oh, Theo's invalidated. Let's see if he was... No, he's backed out as well, so... Let's go to Dre then. He's going to need to gain some time. He's 25 thousandths away from Misfit, who is actually just coming round. He's 4 tenths up Misfit. He's heading through. So Misfit jumps up to P8. Now Dre is just over a tenth up through sector 2, but all of a sudden the improvement he requires is more than what he's got so far. He has to have a better final sector or he's in trouble. He's going to do it. He goes P14, 3.5 tenths improvement. That knocks out Dart Lord. Clem at the moment on the precipice, and Vice is flying. 102.8 through sector 2 is very, very quick. Doesn't need to risk anything here, Vice. Get the lap completed, get through to Q2. Here he comes, the youngster, 26.5, puts him up to P8. Nice lap, young man. And that, unfortunately, knocks our owner out, Clem, in P16. Dart Lord, 17. Just do the rest of those. 18 will be Theo, Fatal 19, and it does of course mean that Axel, who didn't make it in time, will start P20 at the back of the grid. Incidents, well, they're all on the one page there. It's all just exceeding track limits or speeding into the pit lane. Good idea to get a bit of pit lane practice in here where you can, instead of just going in fast, because it is a dodgy one, should we say, especially if you get a bit of damp in the race as well. Mr. Whale, hello. Hello. How are you, sir? So, that's all that. Well done to Wadukan, who came through in P1. I don't think Dre would have been too massively pleased, though, with his in-lap. Seemed to get in the way a bit of Dre, and okay, Dre is through. He's only scraped through P15. So into Q2 we go, 15 drivers looking to make the top 10 and progress to the pole position shootout. Okay. Who are we going to see on pole? No Kamarov this week either, of course, so, well, a massive chance for Axel to make up ground, and he's going to be starting from the back. Not ideal at all, but not the only one, of course. But it gives other drivers an opportunity here, as it looks like there's an AlphaTauri first out. A lot of drivers coming out quite quickly in the second session. Big D is first. So another back 9F at the grid. I don't know what 9F is. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand the DSQ either, Fatal. It literally, the actual thing it said, I don't know if you saw it, because you were rejoining, but the actual thing it said was parking in a dangerous location, when I don't think your car was even on the track. So, I don't know, maybe you ran over an engineer in your garage or something, I don't know. They class that as parking in a dangerous location. Perhaps you stopped on one of their feet. Stopped the car on an engineer's foot, so you got done for parking in a dangerous location. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Doesn't help that they used to do updates every 2 weeks, and on Mondays, I think it was, wasn't it, or Tuesdays? We have had updates, but we just haven't had them as regularly, it seems, as we're getting towards the end of the cycle. Okay, so it's saying, Ransdell's saying that your car was ghosted on the exit of turn 3 for some reason. Yeah, I didn't notice it down there at all, but I might have just not seen it. So Big D looking to be pace setter in this session. So we say, don't forget, some drivers will use used tyres for their first runs in this session. Some drivers, the fastest of the guys out there, might feel they can actually get through on a used set. So they may try it, at least. Others will just use them as a way of getting a delta onto the board for the second runs. Evening, James. Thank you for joining. Are we all playing Monopoly after this? I want to play Monopoly. Wells put it in the head now. So Wells been on in the admin chat in WAF1 that he wants to play Monopoly on Xbox. The into the stadium. And 27-2, not a bad start. Ross Banks 26-3. So I think Big D definitely using a used set. Vice 27-0, I think probably doing the same. Who else we got? It's the other McLaren of Davis then, just coming around the final corner. 26-7, here's P3 for the moment. 2 Alpines. So Atkins up to P3, Scott up to P4. Misfits just, no, Curse, sorry, just jumps over as fast as 26.2. Here comes Dre. Yes, James! That's 4 of us, because Paella said he'd play as well. That's 4 of us. I think Well said it's a 6th player. I don't know if you actually need 6 though. Dre goes P6. Robbo, very quick second sector, although he looked a little bit out of shape as we just went on to him initially. You see, yeah, he is. He has slowed right down. So he was definitely on for a decent 26. And here comes Josh to start the lap then. Dukan into the pits and validated his first run. Go to Josh then. Oh, Spreader, that was it, jumps up just before. That's just Spreader on the, just running off track there to get out of the way. 26.454, put him into P3. So, I really don't know, with no Axel and no Kamarov, I'm not sure what to expect for pole position. So I was doing time trial earlier on, and I literally managed to improve on my final lap to a 25.1. But there's drivers here that can go faster than me, so like even in quali, I mean, so we might see a high 24. I tell you what, if Axel was in, we'd definitely see a 24 for pole, but we'll see if any of these boys can do that. Here comes Josh then, and he's going to come over 25.5 from Josh. Yeah, and a very good Q2 time. And I think Rans... Oh, I'm not going to get to Ransdell, he's just jumped up to P2. 26.183. So... we got then Spriggs or Sullen Oxen is on an out lap. Quite a way to go, but he's the only one, so stick with him. So out of everybody, Dukan the only one not to get a lap on the board. Robbo, I think you'll find the first 2 sectors were well, we know in the second sector he was competitive, so I think it was in the middle of the last sector that he sort of had a moment. So you'll have 2 sectors of good delta. Going by what his second sector was, he can get through into Q3 with ease, quite honestly. So just needs to make sure next time. Just while we're waiting for someone to start a hot lap, just to mention, don't forget tomorrow night on Fuse Demons Twitch we'll have the FPR's 100% Realistic League. Go and watch that. A lot of the drivers that are driving tonight will be in that as well, and myself as well, and some others, of course. And we are also at Silverstone, so that wasn't planned with PRF1, it just happened like that. So Oxen starts his lap there. Good night, Dad. Comes over to the right, look, before switching into the left hand there. Just opens up the corner, and it can open up your line, which means you can open up the steering that much sooner to get on the power. Stick the gear down to 7th again. I think you really need to gear down to 7th until the sort of pretty much when you're on the exit of the corner. It does depend on your setup though, because if you'd like to run a low downforce setup, then actually going down to 7th will help you make the corner flat out. Or nice and left through the first part of here. Want to open up the second part to find the time through the final little bit, and Silent Auction goes into P4. Not bad. Adukan. I know I've said this before when I've commentated on Adukan, but I do love it when he's in the race, because I used to pretend that I was Ken or Ryu from Street Fighter when I was a kid, and I'd go around going Hadouken! Like that. So now I get to say it without sounding like a complete nutter. .25.3 from Hadouken goes provisional part, well, fastest in Q2. Speaks there, Robbo is back out, and he's round at Maggots and Beckett's. 4 minutes remaining. That's enough for him to get back in and out again. He's got 50% roughly energy, 49% as you can see on your screen, so I think he's going to have to come in and out. Yeah, soon he comes. It is a long, long pit lane here, so I don't think he's going to have... I mean, he's gonna have plenty of time. It's just it's gonna frustrate him now because he's eating the tyres up now. Back to the pits then is Silent Auction. Dukan's on an in lap, Misfit on an out lap. We'll stick with Misfit then. So currently in P12, 127.066. P10, so the cut-off at the moment is a 126.773. So he basically needs 3 tenths to get in that top 10, although that time is likely to improve. Ooh, looks pretty tidy to me. PRF's open now. So the end of set to 1, and it's, yeah, nice improvement. As I said, when a driver looks like they're driving with no real stress, no real worries, and not fighting the car, that tends to be when they're quick. Just caught a little bit of grass on the outside of Cops then, on the entry. I think that may compromised his corner speed. Here we come, end of sets of 2, and he's half a second up. This is a good, big improvement. In a moment, it will put him into P9, but he's only just off of getting ahead of Atkins and Spreader. Here he comes, and again, I haven't seen anything wrong at all, so he does jump into P7 ahead of Spreader on a 26.403. He's given himself a chance, Misfit. Everybody, up to and including Ransdell in P3, has decided that they need to come out again. The yellow flag is just Curse mining out of another driver's way. Don't know who that driver is, but they're not on a hot lap, so I think it's Dre. He's about to start a hot lap. Yeah, it is. So yeah, it wasn't a driver on a hot lap they were mining out the way of. But it's better to be safe than sorry if you are on a night lap. A little oversteery for Davis out of Maggots and Beckett's. He's about 2 tenths up, which would put him back into the top 10, albeit only just. What can he... Oh, that's going to run him out wide, and I think that's killed the lap. Yeah, into the pits he comes, so it will be a Q2 exit for Davis. That Ferrari, is that Curse? No, that must be Misfit. So it must have been gearing up to give it another go on the final lap. Who else we got here? There's an Alfa Romeo. There's Ross Bounds. Half a second up, he's heading well into the 25s. 25.7 then, 6.5 tenth improvement goes into P3. That will see him through. Dre is a couple of tenths up. We'll see him just about into the top 10. He could do with a bit more though. 3 tenths improvement still only sees him at P10. So he's going to be under pressure. 2 Alpines, Atkins and Scott, are coming round. Oh, somebody's just jumped up. Who was that? That was an Alpha Tauri. That was Big D. Jumps up to P5. Atkins goes P9. Scott goes P11. Misfit is still hanging on, but Dre is out. Here comes Robbo. Where did Robbo go? Robbo jumps up to P8. He's now P9. Sorry, let's go to Vice. I think he's the last one. No, Mystic's the last one, but here is Vice on a big improvement. 26.4 and goes P12. And Misfit looks like he was improving through sets of 1. But something's gone wrong there. And that is it. So that's the end of Q2. So we'll be saying well done to Adukan, Curse, Josh Ransdell, Ross Bangs, Big D, Master Spread, Silent Oxen, Robbo, and Atkins, who have all made it through to the pole position shootout. Both Tauris is a big standout there for me. Big D and Silent Oxen. Am I right in thinking they're the only team that's got both drivers into the top 10? I've just looked down it for the 3rd time, and I think they are. Yeah, looks like it. So that's a big boon for the Alpha Tauris. So, unfortunately, we say goodbye then to Misfit, Vice, Scott, Dre, and Davis, who leave us at the end of Q2. But they'll get to watch what I think is going to be a superb Q3 and really, really tight. So Adukan, Curse and Josh look like they might be the ones that are battling that out for pole position. Maybe Ransdell could put his name in there as well. Well, and if he can, then maybe Ross Bounds can, because there's only 1,000 between those two. Quickly do race director, all on the same page. All speeding in the pit lane except for 1 track limit, which was Misfit. And there we go. So we'll head into the pole position shootout. Who do you reckon, boys? Who do you reckon? With no Axel, no Kamarov, no Fatal. Who's going to take pole position this week? My seat has been very squeaky. Just noticed. So into Q3 we go. Just waiting for it to come up properly on the screen. There we go. So I'm going to predict a 25-1 for pole, which is the same as my time trial that I set earlier on. I think that's going to be equal. That's what I'm going to say. But it's not out of the realms of possibility that these boys could nip into the 24s if they can really put a lap together. No plan about Fatal. So Alpha Tauri out first. It's Big D again. He wants the limelight. Both towers into Q3. Can they push themselves high up the grid? They're both capable of it. Big D and Silent Oxen, both capable of fast times. So I would argue that both of these drivers are better in the race than in qualifying. But they are still both very capable qualifiers. So they wouldn't be in Q3 if they weren't. So, do you wonder why he's sort of driving slowly like that? He's just, if you notice the red bar next to the throttle, he's just applying a bit of brake. And that is, well, it seems to be the best way on this year's game of heating your tyres up, rather than doing the usual sort of quickly changing direction left to right all the time. So here he comes then. Lap effectively starts here as you build speed for the start-finish line. Head up to turn 1, flat out through turns 1 and 2. Just keep the cars as close to the inside as you can on both corners. Half the least resistance. And sort of gaining half a temp if you get it spot on. And nice through heavier corners. DRS open now, and we head up to the end of sector 1. 27.490, this late apex left-hander. But again, so important to the lap time. Both want to hit the apex on that left-hander, but you're immediately setting yourself up for the right-hander as well. So, flat out through cops. Again, no gear down for Big D. Nice, 3 Maggots and Beckett's, I must say. And it's a 102.990 through sector 2. That tells us it's on a decent time. Into that's a little bit, just runs out on the curve a little bit. It didn't seem to hurt his acceleration though, so 26.559 to get us underway from Big D. Ferrari then of Curse, 102.3 through sector 2, so it's a 25.4, goes fastest. Get to Atkins and the Alpine, 26.2. Haas, which is Josh, 25.7 goes P2. Alfa Romeo was Ross Barnes, 25.9 into P3. Robbo in the McLaren, 102.9, so same through sector 2 as Big D was. And we get just ahead of Big D. So yeah, he does in fact by nearly 2 tenths in the end. Red Bull cross line, that was Ransdell, 26.1 goes into P4. Here is a Ducan. I didn't see the split 2 time. Here he comes though, 25.5 goes into P2. Master spread, no, Silent Oxen next for the line, 26.2 P6. And now Spreader, 25 7 exactly goes into P3. Spreader continues his good qualifying form with a solid 25. So looks like everybody got a reasonable run in on the first laps. So remember, some will have two fresh sets for them to go on. Short Curse, Dukan, Spreader, Josh, we're all on fresh sets there. Ross Bounds as well, I think. And Axel joins ready for the race. I expect he's been off doing some TT or something like that. His actual words in the Discord about the film that he's watched tonight, Dune 2, was that he thinks he may have just watched the best film he's ever seen. Which is good to hear, because, I mean, well, it can't be any worse than the first one, so... I remember Dune as a game called Dune Battle for Arrakis on the Mega Drive. I used to love that game. It was like a Command and Conquer style game. Preceded Command and Conquer, so I would say if anything Command and Conquer was sort of built off of that because it was so similar to Command and Conquer. So anyway, we will await the second runs, and it could be a little wait, a couple of minutes I reckon it might be, before we see somebody emerging from the pits. June 2000 on PC, yes. That was an real-time strategy as well. It was, indeed, and that was a decent game, Fatal, as well, wasn't it? And yeah, like I said, Dune Battle for Arrakis on a Mega Drive, and that is definitely... I mean, the Mega Drive was a hell of a console for its day, and I have to say it was one of the absolute standout games on the console for me. Yeah, so I mean, if you know the games like that, Fit, I mean, have you seen the Dune films, or at least the first one? I was so disappointed with it. The first one. I mean, I haven't seen the second one. And obviously there was the old Dune film as well, where the director was so embarrassed he didn't even use his real name on it. That's how bad that film was. That really was horrendous. One of the worst films ever. So I love the Command and Conquer games as well. They were superb for their time. Don't see that many games like those nowadays. Not really. Yeah, squeaky chair. Sign James. It's a really squeaky chair, isn't it? It needs some oil or something. To be fair to it, I've got my fat ass sitting on it all the time, so everybody would be a bit squeaky if they had my fat ass sat on them all the time. It definitely was Fatal. The original was horrendous. I've not played Halo Wars, actually. Just a minute. Never been that into the Halo games. Lube it up. Lube up the chair, James. So, first on track for the second runs then is Shrek or Ross Bounds. What's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? quite a lead over the rest of the field here, Shrek, so he's got no issues with slowing down to heat the tyres up or anything like that. Take all the time he needs, really. The next car coming is one of the AlphaTauris. I'll just check who that is so I know who to jump to. Silent Oxen, okay. I feel slightly embarrassed by my squeaky chair, James. Here comes Shrek then. Over the line we go. And on to the final laps. Nice for turn 1. Keeps it tight on turn 2 as well. Brakes really late for turn 3. That's what you need to be doing. Makes the corner comfortably as well. I would say this is as good as first sector as we've seen, I would say. Yep, over 3 tenths up through sector 1. Already puts him on for a 25.5. Heading up to tops. Absolutely flat out, stays in 8th gear. Brings the car over to the right, maybe a bit much. And we're a little bit laggy going through Maggots and Beckett's, but it looked good to me. And 4 attempts up now. Still on for a 25.5, but he would go ahead of Adukan as it is. Bit of a lock-up going into the stadium section, but he made the corner pretty well. That's a 25.5. 0.37 improvement, goes P3. Didn't quite get at the Dukan. Silent Oxen, 3 tenths up, but is invalidated. So let's go to Curse. Oh, he's invalidated as well. 2 tenths up. There's Atkins. Then I believe it's Spreader after. Atkins jumps up to P6. On a 25.889. Here comes Spreader. 25.594. Stays P4 on that one. Robbo, P7. 25.914. I didn't quite get to a Dukan in time, but he does give us a 24. 124.976. Big D across the line. Goes P5 on a 25.653. Drops to P6 though as the Haas of Josh goes up into P2. And I didn't see who the last one was. There we go. Curiously validated. Ray Maggots Beckett somewhere. Okay. There we have it. So it's pole position for a Dukan on a 124.976. It's a mighty lap of Dukan. Well done. Very nicely done. Josh in P2. Curse in P3. Ransdell 4. Shrek 5, Spreader 6, Big D 7, Atkins 8, Robbo 9, and Silent Oxen in P10. The top 9 drivers, well, second to 9th got into the 25s, and the very top driver into the 24s, so very good standard. And yeah, we will only be able to guess if you think Axel would have beaten that pole position time. That is probably around where I'd have expected Axel to be. So I was doing time trial earlier on. I managed a 25.1, but Axel was half a second faster than me still. So his time trial was 24.6. So yeah, I've no doubt that Axel would have been in that sort of area. So there we go. Right, any drivers listening, obviously do not ready up. Wait for admin. They'll tell you in the Discord what time we're going, so take a look at that. Don't forget to do your strategies, your fuel, blah 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 blah. And other than that, guys, I'm going to go grab a coffee, so I'll see you in a moment. Okay, guys, back with you as we gear up. Right. Can't see a time mention. There probably is, I just can't see it. But I think we're getting close anyway. Anyway, just while we're waiting for the guys to start the formation lap, let's take a quick gander at the standings. So, Fangio standings as it stands really right now. Kamarov leads the championship by 20 points over Axel in P2. Obviously, big things going on there. Kamarov not with us tonight. He's missing this race. Axel starting from the back, so it's going to be a case of recovery. But he's got to do it safely. He's got to get through the field safely. You don't want to be having to take an extra pit stop here at Silverstone, the longest pit stop of the season. And it's by a long way as well, so really don't recommend having to take 2 stops around here. Silent Oxen occupies 3rd place, and he is a further 17 points back. So a chance for him to move forward. Spreader in P4, and he is 68 behind the leader. And then in terms of constructors, you've got Ferrari leading the way on 287, with AlphaTauri second on 259. Then Mercedes in 3rd on 245. But to say, with both AlphaTauris in to Q3, the only team with 2 drivers into Q3, a real chance for them tonight, I feel. So, there we go. On to formation lap then. So, a Ducan starts on pole from Josh in P2. Really short run to turn 1. It's really a whole run up to turn 3, which may well be an opportunity. Kurse starts P3. Ransdell starts P4. Ross Bounds in 5 alongside Spreader in 6. Big D, the first of the 2 AlphaTauris, in P7 alongside Atkins in P8. Robbo and Silent Oxen round out the top 10. Then Misfit starts P11 with Vice 12 alongside. Scott in P13 with Dre 14. I think Vice got kicked and has just rejoined again. So Dre P14. Davis starts P15. Clem at 16. Dark Lord and Theo are on the 9th row of the grid. And then Fatal starts P19 with Axel alongside, starting from the back as he didn't quite get home in time to do Q1. So there we have it. Tyres. The top 4 start on the hards, then 5th to 9th place starting on the mediums. Hards then for Silent Oxen in 10th, 11th to 14th on the mediums. Davidson, Clem in 15 and 16 on the hards. Dark Lord and Theo 17 and 18 on the mediums. Hards for Fatal, and mediums for Axel starting from P20. Let's just bring up the position changes for the start of the race. As Josh is missed his grid slot, so if you could just about see how close the Aston Martin of the Ducan is to the yellow line, look, with his front wing actually over the yellow line. Look how far back Josh's is, so it really does make a difference. As the lights come on, 4, 5 lights are on. It's a short-ish pause, and away we go. And it does look like Josh got a really good launch, despite starting further back in the slot. But look at a Ferrari round the outside of Kurse. So Kurse round the outside at turn 1 for Ferrari. We've got a bit of a smash going on at the back. This is Dre, Clem, Theo, Misfit, Vice. Wow, it's a big one. 5 cars. Misfit, who starts at P11, doesn't have any obvious signs of damage on the cars, so hopefully he's okay. Good evening, Apple. need to watch the clip of well in admin chat. Like, I will after the race. I think Misfits round again. He's not going well for the Ferrari man at the start of this race. But Kurse leads then up 2 places. Adukan down to 2nd. Ransdell up 1 to 3rd. And Big D's up 3 from 7th to 4th. As battle for the lead. Adukan goes through. And we got a battle here as well. This is Big D and Ransdell. It's all very tight. I'm going to go on board and see if I can actually tell who it is a bit better. So the biggest gainers at the moment. Face of Defiance up 7, Axel up 6, Scott up 5. As Adukan retakes the lead off of Kurse. We've got Spreader on the outside here of the house of Josh. Having a little look. Scott and Silent Oxen as well, being very close. Silent Oxen having a look to the inside of the left-hander. On the outside of the right, I think he's a bit far back. He could have held it alongside. You do tend to get a better exit on the higher line. Felt like somebody was having a run there. I think it was this one. As we've got yellow flags, and that is an accident. That's Vice. He's round. And the right-hander, and any of these guys going to get a run on each other. So next time round on lap 3, DRS will activate, and Ransdell will definitely be under serious pressure from Big D and Josh. Davis and Axel having a battle. Looks like Axel's nipped through there. I thought when I was flicking down to that I saw somebody ghosted, but I've just gone back through them and I couldn't see anyone. Big D. He'll be thinking now. He knows where the chance is. He knows the long straight after Nuggets and Beckett's. Oh, just runs out a bit wide. I probably got him a warning. DRS opens. Is he going to have the straight line speed here? Kurse gets back ahead of Adukan for the lead up ahead of us. Big D through on Ransdell. Not quite. Ransdell still fighting. Has the inside going into the stadium. It's very, very tight for 2 drivers going through there side by side, but they do manage it very well. And it looks like Big D does fold in behind Ransdell. Spreader having a look to the inside there of Josh. Not able to get through this time. Unless he can manage any sort of switchback. But attempt number 2 now for Big D. DRS open, a little splash of overtake. And has the inside for the left-hander. This time he's got it done, and Spreader has as well on Josh. So Spreader up to P5, although Josh then comes back at him. There may have been a little bit of contact there. And Shrek picks up 3 seconds. Davis getting past Fatal further down. So, oh. All these things then. Thank you for all those. Well, Greta, this track, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And meanwhile, well, that was all very close, wasn't it? When we moved on to that quickly, Big D think holds off Ransdell on that occasion. Evening, by the way, Grezza. Hope you're well. Yeah, look at this train. It is currently Big D in P3 all the way down to Axel P12. And quite honestly, Fatal's only a second half behind it, so it's pretty much covering the top 15, really. Well, third to 15th, I mean. Josh having a look at Ransdell to the inside. He'll have the inside of the left-hander. You'd think he should get this done pretty comfortably, and does indeed. We've got yellow flags. We've got yellow flags. Ah, it's Fatal who stopped. And goes misfit. Fatal should be able to get himself back going again. Can't see any obvious signs of damage on the car. Josh getting past Big D then for P3. Atkins, I think. Oh, this is so tight. They're getting so close to each other. I think they're all making a move, but none of them are. Silent Oxen having a little look at the inside of Atkins going into turn 1. I wouldn't really suggest sticking your wing in on turn 1. That would most certainly end in tears, and he didn't, in a way. We of course have DRS, and it's currently Josh at the front of this, who is trying to see if he can break away. Very difficult to break away from these guys, as Fatal has made it back to the pits. We've got a safety car, and it's from Theo, who's been round at the right hander. Is it Stowe, I think? And he's carried on. He's carried on with no damage. So as to why this has brought out a safety car, I have absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea why we've currently got a safety car. Let's take a look at Clem. It looks like his front wing's on the car, so it's not. I don't think it was Clem. It was Theo in a way. There's clearly no signs of damage, but this is going to see everybody in. And quite honestly, guys, this is an absolute nightmare for anybody who started on the medium tyres. As, oh, Big D's picked up 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane. Yeah, look, Josh has stayed out, Davis has stayed out and gained a load of places. Obviously, they're going to be slow on the restart, but what can they do? It's the same scenario. Fatal has no wing. Oh yeah, but he drove in. Something weird happened then, because he was. I thought we've gone into the pits. You may need to explain that one, I think, because seemed rather odd. Clem, these guys are already pitted in a way. I don't know whether they're going to carry on or not, but well, what do you mean, Fatal? We saw you spin, but you didn't have any damage, and now you've got no front wing, and of course, safety car. What happened to you? Don't worry about it now anyway, just get on with your race. So, yeah, fortunately, the safety car is an absolutely horrendous time for anybody who started on the hard tyres. It's going to be some stint to get the mediums to the end. So, I think we're still going to be going this lap. We'll probably still be going another lap after this under safety cars. So, we're on to lap 8. Lap 9 will probably be under safety cars. So, lap 10, I think, will be the resumption lap. And that would mean 17 laps remaining. Interesting. I don't think it's out of the realms of possibility for getting the mediums to the end, but it's going to be hard. I don't know if anybody watched. I've got to bring this up now, James. I don't know if anybody watched WAOF1 last night at Qatar, but I was expecting to do a two-stop strategy and pitted early off of the softs to go to the mediums, and then I'd been involved in I'd been spun round on lap 1, and then when it came round to a second pit stop, I looked at where I was going to come out and thought, I'm going to drop to P13, whereas at the moment I'm inside the top 10 and maybe could hang on. So I carried on and just did a one stop after pitting early for the softs and ended up on 94% or 93 or 94%, I think it was. Tyre wear on my front left at the end of the race, but did get round. Yes, WAF1 plug. Yeah, so, well, I want some royalties for that, please. High tyre wear, I think, here, Greza. Yeah. It is, and I think the tyres do drop off at quite a low percentage, so... But, such is the length of the pit stop, Greza, it's still advantageous to stay out. So there's no doubt that the guys that have gone to mediums, if they can get the tyres to the end, then they will. It's not... Have we talked about James's drive on Tuesday? Did he drive on Tuesday? I can't remember him racing. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll definitely see. And now we've lost Fatal. Sing a barley. So, with Fatal's retirement, that means everybody is caught up to the group, to the pack, and we will definitely resume lap 10. Fatal, none of us have got any idea what happened, so... Anyway, we're about to resume safety car in this lap, so we're just going to get slowed down a little bit while we wait for the actual safety car to get back to the pit lane. So it'll be Josh that leads us away from Davis, both on 8-lap old hard tyres. Adukan, Curse, Ransdell, all on fresh mediums. But the guy's looking good right now. Big D, massive spread. Atkins on fresh hards. Should be able to get their tires to the end with no real issues. We are racing again. So it looks like Josh is maybe caught Davis a little bit on the restart. These guys on the fresh mediums, they're going to have to be careful getting past the McLaren and the Haas. Can't expect them to move out of the way for them because it's a genuine fight for position. But you can see there from Madukan, it's difficult. Dukan goes through and Kurse follows through around the outside. Now Ransdell able to get off after Josh then. So Ransdell goes to the inside and goes past Davis. Oh, Atkins. I don't know whether Silent Oxen had gotten out of shape there, because that seemed a very late, opportunistic move from Atkins. So I've got a feeling that maybe Silent Oxen had gotten out of shape. Maddox and Beckett's then. And it's so hard to follow through here, guys, just so you know. It's so hard. It's even more so if you rely on the racing line, I think. Here comes then Big D and Spreader, both going past Davis. Spreader hoping to get past Big D as well as he can. Oh, terrible angle. Thanks, Godis. Can't get past Big D on this occasion, but Big D's got that 5-second penalty. So Dukan sets fastest lap and he's about to take the lead of the race. He's going to move to the inside. I can't imagine Josh is going to do too much to defend it. So through into P1 goes a Dukan. Whether deliberately or not, I don't know, but the way that Dukan's gotten past Josh would be very clever. It may give him the opportunity to get away from Kurse here, while Kurse is trying to navigate his way around the Haas. Shrek gets past Robbo a bit further down for P10. And you see him there, just having to really lift so not to hit the back of the Haas. And at the moment, actually, Dukan can't get away. It's getting a couple of tenths through Maggots and Beckett's, a few tenths actually. DRS not active at the moment, so that's why this is a real chance for Dukan to get away at this stage of the race. Here comes Kurse. Again, Josh ain't going to give up on it. He battles him, he makes him get the move, you don't give it to him. Evening, Shaz. Long time no hear. Nice to hear from you, Shaz. Okay, Faith. So if that's the case, mate, just make sure you tell the admins, please. I'm not an admin, so. Here comes Ransdell on Josh then for P3. Still within the 1 second of the two front runners. So important at this point. Right on the, whether he's still in or just out. Really tight. He is burning some overtake. Looks like he's just going to hold in to the 1 second, so he does get the DRS, as you can see. Anybody else? Big D going to be able to get Josh here? Yes, he is. Such a difference, doesn't it? The old DRS advantage. So nobody is fallen too far off the group. So Dre and Field fallen back a little bit, but they're only sort of 4 and 6 seconds behind the back of the group. So when these guys do pit, they are going to drop right to the back. And in fact, Josh is in. So, oh, Theo pits actually. So Theo picks up 5 seconds speed in the pit lane as well. So Josh will come out P18. He's already P18, look. And he's on to mediums now to go to the end of the race. We're getting past Atkins. Robert up to P7 now. Axel now up to P8 as he goes past Atkins as well. He's already trying to line up Robbo. Yeah, all good, Frank Shaz. I hope you are too. Now Axel into Copsten, and he'll be expecting to make the move down the back straight in the DRS zone. Just a bit further up. I'm just going to nip ahead because I think we're about to see Spreader get past Big D for P4. So through goes Spreader. And here is Axel going past Robbo then for P7. And the driver directly ahead of him has a 5-second penalty. Robbo's got Atkins having a look as well. Oh, come on. Give me a better view than that. It's, in the background, you saw the other McLaren of Davis just heading to the pits. But you can see where Josh is. If you look down on the track map, Josh is just coming up to that final section that will lead over the start-finish line. All these guys are going through turns 4 and 5 and 6 now. And this is the middle group of the track, so of the pack. So that's what I mean when I say if there's any chance the guys can get the mediums to the end, they will be doing it. It's not... And for those guys that are maybe reserving tonight that are up towards the front, they've got nothing to lose. So if those tires blow up, they blow up. It doesn't affect them. So it affects the teams they're driving for, but not them. So let's hit to P13 and just come back up then. There's the lead change in hands. It's going to go closer. Dukan opts not to make the overtake. I hope Ransdell get a little bit closer again, but Silent Ox in the inside of Spreader for P4. I didn't see a Dukan pick up a penalty, but he has done at some point. Tipping Spread for the win. No more safety cars. It's possible. It's definitely possible. It's looking good. I mean, you just got to keep an eye on Axel because he's about 5 seconds back, Grezzo. We know his pace. So 12 laps. Axel can definitely has the pace to catch that. It's unbelievably, Axel may be in with a genuine chance of winning this race right now. He probably doesn't know that, interestingly enough. Probably thinking, well, back to P7, if I could maybe make up 1 or 2 more places, that wouldn't be too bad from last on the grid. Probably doesn't realise that he's actually going to have a great chance of winning a race. Fair to Robbo, since Axel's got past him, he's keeping him in the DRS, isn't he? You'd think will drag Robbo forward as well, as Dukan retakes the lead. Spriggs here. Spriggs does get back ahead of a Dukan there, but this is Spriggs or Silent Oxin going for P3 Takes it off of Ransdell. Ransdell driving very, very well again. Like did I race against him? I think I drove against him on Wednesday. He drove absolutely fantastic on Wednesday, Singapore. Doing it again here at Silverstone. Going to get back here. So Ducan goes for the lead again. Just up ahead of us there. Oh, that was close. That was close. But Ransdell, I think, noticed that and backed out. And Ransdell's into the pits. Well, that's our first sign that these mediums can't get to the end, because Ransdell has opted to pit. That's the first sign. I still think they can, you know, but... And Clem speeds into the pit lane as well. Let's just go back to these guys. They're having good fun out there. Oh, the guys do not want to see this. Vice has a spin, he's okay. Just causes a yellow flag. Everybody that pitted to hards under the first safety car will have just been thinking, no, I do not want another safety car. No, he's not. Well, he wasn't, Greza, until you just said that, and he's now got it down to 3.5 seconds. So, but to be fair, Spreader's gotten away from Big D, so actually he's got the gap down to Big D, but not Spreader. So, you're right, he's not particularly catching as the front changes hands again. And into the pits comes the Ferrari of Curse. If I was a Ducan here, I'd be saying, right, when I cross the line, it's 9 laps to go. What are my tyres on? Is there any chance I could take these to the end? And if there is, I'm doing it. But Spriggs is in as well. This is telling me that there's absolutely no chance. There's too many drivers pitting now. This says to me that there is just no way. So I expect the Ducan will react on the next lap. Here comes Oxen. Through goes Josh, interestingly, who, if you remember, stayed out. Davis isn't going to manage to get Silent Oxen here, but Silent Oxen then exits P14 behind Curse, while Ferrari in P13. And as I say, interestingly, Josh, who pitted earlier, stayed out on the first safety car on the hards, is in P12. Let's go up then. So Axel is eating into this gap now. I think maybe there's a bit of realisation there, Greza. Maybe he's realising now that actually I've got a chance to win this race. He's 2.3 behind Big D. But again, he's still pulling Robbo along with him. And in fact, if anything, since the last time we looked, Robbo's got a couple of attempts closer to Axel. So Josh looks to go past Vice on the back straight. Well, interestingly though, Aducan's carried on. He did not react. Oh! Vicey boys round, and he's lost an end plate. He's lost an end plate on the final corner. That's going to be a long lap back to the pits. As Theo is back in to the pits again. Xfinity, yes indeed. Through goes Hamilton, unbelievable stuff. Well, no, gone are the days of saying that anymore. So, reeling them in. He's reeling them in. But at the moment, a Ducan. He's still got decent pace at the moment. No signs of spreader catching him as it is. And the laps are ticking away. Xfinity, you can. I'm not an admin, so it's not my choice. Increasing the license level, I think you just do online lobbies and stuff like that, and make sure you have clean races. Doesn't matter where you finish, just have clean races, and that improves your license level. I don't really do that anymore on the game because just do league stuff, but I know that's unless it's changed, that's how you do it in a way. Gosh, right close to Curse now, but you can see even Curse 6 seconds to make up just to get back into the top 10. And the laps are ticking away. A Ducan is going through again. So he's going on to start lap 21. And I think Whale will confirm that we have seen tyres blow up here before. And into the pits is Big D. Well, if this isn't for damage, I don't know why he's pitted. I know he had 5 seconds, so he served that, go to softs, and he's going to try and make up as much ground as he can, but I think he's going to lose so many places, I don't think that's ever going to be the right call. So, he's going to lose out to Davis as well. He might get out just ahead of Dre. Dre is approaching turn 1, so it's going to be tight. Well, I think Dre will go through. So there we go. It was like P16, and that is, well, look, P13 to P14 is 11.5 second gap, so I'm not sure why Big D opted to do that at all. But, there we go. Back to what's going on here anyway. It does mean he's gotten out of Axel's way. So Axel, 2.5 seconds to make up the spreader. I don't usually do this, but I am just going to double check. It is a 3-second penalty that he's got. Guys, I can't see your message. I don't know what you said. Yes, myself included. That's odd. I don't know what that's talking about. Yeah, there you go. Xfinity, send Greza a friend request. You get you sorted. Right, no, I tried doing it the other day, Greza, and it did that, actually. It was just stars. No idea. Sorry if I'm boring you all, I'm just sat on Axel. We got anything going on anywhere else at the moment? Silent Oxion's got into the 1 second of Josh a bit further down. We've got Robbo here, still following Axel around. He does love his Silverstone, doesn't he, Robbo? Just one here in the 100% League, I believe. In Mercedes. And his championship winning season last season. Chris gets up to P9 now, just getting ahead of Dark Lord, so he's brought that gap down. Next up the road is his teammate Misfit, who, if you remember, was involved in the massive incident at the start of the race at turn 1. 5 cars involved. But he's back up to P8. Now, I don't know if any of the others were. It's in the moment, the Alpines are doing an absolutely grand job. Silent Ox in here then, and the Dark Lord. Taking away at the top. Sorry, the race is just sort of quieting down a little bit. Big D has just made his way past Davis for P14, but he's now got 13.5 seconds to make up to Ransdell in 3.5 laps, so... Oh yeah, I know, James. That's the thing at the moment. Not only is the Ducan still going, but he's getting away from Spreader. Gradually, but he is getting away. It's through goes Silent Oxen and Dark Lord. Josh right on the back of Dark Lord here as well. Just has to back off slightly there coming out of the right-hander so as to avoid contact. Have a look at turn 3. It's a bit far back maybe for that. Oh, he's going to look to get a run here out of turn 5 and through 6. DRS opens. I don't think the Dark Lord had DRS. No, he didn't. Josh. What an effect that safety car had on this race. Clem's back to the pits. He's putting on a fresh set of softs. Go for a fast slap, I think. Where shall we go, guys? We do have a little bit of a train starting again here. So they've caught Spreader. They're just within the 1 second of Spreader now. As they cross the line to start lap 25. So 2 laps. Two laps for Axel to get past. Not just get past, but he'd have to get into the penalty gap of a Ducan. Although, ultimately, P2 with no Kamarov here tonight will mean he'd take the lead of the championship. And be some result, it has to be said. It's like sorry, just going to nip down. The 2 Ferraris are battling. Chris did get ahead just now, but Misfit's had him back. Keep an eye on that. That's too far back for me, Axel here. It's going to have to be a last lap thing. Just about glimpse a Ducan in the distance there as we were approaching the stadium section. Just about see a dot ahead of us. Robbo is there poised to take a podium spot as well if he can. Time is dropping to a Ducan. He is clearly nursing those tyres now. We've got yellow flags. It's Josh in the Haas. It's off the final corner. Curse of Misfit, by the way, the two Ferraris are still battling away. Something happened to Misfit here. I can only assume that's why he's ghosted. I haven't seen him leave the session. He hasn't left the session, has he? Not much I can do now, to be honest. It's too close to the end. Well... Oh, Misfit did leave the session. He's just joined back. We're just watching the Aston Martin coming round to take victory, we believe. As long as nothing explodes through the stadium section in terms of tyres. I hope he gets a screenshot of these. But over the line for victory then for Aducan. Axel gets as close as he can, but does take P2 and will take the lead of the championship. Master Spread on the podium with a P3. Robbo fantastic in P4. Atkins 5. Scott 6. What a day for Alpine. Robbo P7. Curse P8. Silent Oxen P9. Misfit took 10 in the end despite that late desync or disconnect. But, we seem to be having that right at the end of races lately. I don't know whether it's just a Friday thing or just coincidence. Dart Lord as well, P11. Fantastic race, Dart Lord. Ransdell 12 in the end. Big D 13 after pitting for those softs. Josh P14 after the late spin. Dre in 15. Davis 16. Theo 17. Vice 18. And Clem 19. But... sorry, these guys are still racing actually. Davis crosses the line and takes fastest lap with a 1:28.098. Theo across the line finishes P17. Is Vice going to nick it off him though? Yeah, Vice up to P17. Theo P18. And Clem comes across. Do you stay P19 or move up? I'm not sure. Yeah, P19 for Clem. And our only retiree, Fatal Defiance. So there we go. So Aducan has managed to hold on. Big D, most stupid thing I've ever done in this. I honestly could not believe when I saw you pit, mate. I won't sugarcoat it. I couldn't believe you did that. It's such a long pit stop here. Just one of those you have to accept, and you might drop a little bit, but take what you had. Never mind. We live and we learn. We race and we learn. Celebrations on the podium. Answers on a postcard. How on earth Aducan has taken those mediums so far. It's, there we go. Let's see if we can get him in. Invite to party. Invite. Oh, Axel's not Xbox, is he? So invite spreader. Let's see if Axel is on. I think he is. Oh, there he is. Right, okay. Oh, apparently I've already ticked the party audio, so you should be able to tick the box, guys, to include your audio. Okay. And Spreader, I think we'll go to you first, mate. So, P3, congratulations. Really good race, really strong race. That safety car obviously played a massive part in the race. So, but yeah, take us through it from your side.
Yeah, got off the line pretty well. Went 3 wide into turn 1, I think, with Ransdell and Big D. Ended up losing out to both of them somehow because Josh was in the mix. So yeah, that put us behind, and it was just like, right, we got to regroup and then sit and we try and hang on to the back of them. The safety car come out, gave us a nice strategy to sort of go off, and then yeah, it was just pick your moments after that. Of people pitted in front of me and that, and who had a few in front of me. And my aim was a podium, so I got it. A bit. I'm a bit disappointed to lose P2 on the last. I was hanging on for dear life, and I nearly killed the pair of us as well. I seen him coming behind me that quick, and I just presumed he's just going to go straight down the inside. So I moved left, and seen the arrow come left with me, and was like, shit. It's a good job he was in party with me because he kind of realised like that. It was a mistake and not on purpose. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, bit gutted to lose the P2, but in the end, I got what I was want. You know, what I mean, I got what I was trying to get out of the situation that we was in. So I'm
absolutely.
happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Good for your championship as well. You currently sat in P4 before tonight. And with Kamarov not here, it's obviously bunching the group up. So it's all getting a bit tired. Um, Xfinity, Greza will just send you a message, mate. If you've sent him a friend request on Discord, he will just send you a message with a Discord link on it. Um, so just wait for that. Um, sorry, yeah. To so I've invited you all in. Oh, Axel, P2. Oh God, complete mind blank then on who finished P2. Axel, are you there?
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm here.
Um, excellent. So, I think ultimately you got to be pretty happy, as I've already said. Kamarov not here. You didn't quite get to Q1 in time after going to the movies with the girlfriend, and
No, my friends, but
obviously,
yeah.
oh, your friends was it? Oh, sorry, that's not the spreader told me it was your girlfriend. Okay, and yeah, so you didn't quite make it in time for Q1, so you've ended up starting from 20th on the grid. So I think to come out with P2, you've got to be pretty damn pleased with that.
Yeah, for sure. It was just all about survival in the start. However, I thought I did it as safe as I could, and then a Red Bull was just on the side. I just had nowhere to go, so I went straight into it. Got no damage somehow, and then I just kept on, got some overtakes, and the safety car was just a blessing. And from there on, it was just a full push, and it almost I a few more laps maybe, and I could have won it, but
I think one more lap, if I'm honest. I think I'll speak to him in a minute, but I think the tyres were gone, pretty much gone
yeah.
ahead of you. So I think one more lap was probably going to be enough. But yeah, one thing I've got to say, you couldn't shake Robbo, could you? My goodness.
Robbo was incredibly quick today, and yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm glad I
absolutely.
just managed to keep him that far behind so that he couldn't go for a move, because that would have been
Absolutely.
ruining the rhythm for me. But yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, because that could then have stopped you catching the spread, of course. So but yeah, it's we got to keep that in mind for tomorrow night for the car allocations, guys. Robbo gets a Towery tomorrow night, I think.
yeah.
By the sense of it. So yeah, out of interest, if you had have been there for qualifying, what sort of lap do you think you could have done tonight? I know your time trial is something like a 24.6, I think.
Yeah, something like that. But I did a qualifying here yesterday, and I'm not a fan of this track lately, and I did like a 25-1, so I
Okay,
maybe would have gotten
so
P2.
yeah, yeah, I think P2 was 25.1, so it depend on
Uh,
the little numbers. That's why I improved my time trial too earlier on, by the way. So yeah, I won't be able to do that quality. Oh. Okay, Adukan, let's come to you. Congratulations on victory, despite
Thank
the
you.
3 second penalty. But let's just jump straight to it. How on earth have you got those tires to the end? Because clearly nobody else
No,
thought they could.
it was tough. After the safety car, I checked the soft tires and it said used. I apparently used the wrong set to save for the race. I was originally gonna pit for softs. Then after the safety car gone, Kurz definitely made it hard for me because I thought we would extend together and like keep switching DRS. He decided to fight. That definitely made it hard for me, but in the end, 78% tire wear. I somehow made it.
How much? 70?
78.
Oh, 78. Oh, so it wasn't too bad then. Okay. I think they did seem, unless you were just taking it really easy at the end, they did seem to be dropping off at the end
Yeah,
as the
I
time
was
started to fall. But
I was going so to the left-handers, right-handers.
yeah. Okay. I'd say that's not too bad because I did Qatar last night in WAOF1, and my
Yeah,
my tires were 93%. So
apparently Josh had 59%. When I had 69%, so yeah, like the 10% less than me only.
yeah,
I also used
Okay.
higher wings, probably that's why.
yeah. Well done. Lots of nice battling at the front as well. There's lots of nice battling throughout the field actually tonight. So fair play. Other than a little bit of a smash up at the start, I think something happened in turn one. I'm not really sure what happened, but there was 5 drivers all facing the wrong way, so something definitely happened. But all in all, I have to say, a really good, strong race tonight, PRF1. So really, really good standard once again. So well done to everyone. Where are we next week? Anybody know?
Not a clue. I've just noticed something though. This is the first time that we have had a multinational podium where we've
Is
not
it?
had 2 drivers from the same country.
Oh wow!
Like we're all from different countries.
I just ended the British dominance.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it? You got to do it. Why have you
I'm
got to do
Swedish though,
that?
so I'm not from England either.
No. There's only so there's me, British. You got you from Sweden, and not Adakan from Turkey. Oh.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
I just that's one for the record books. That's the first time that's
I mean,
happened.
spread all of that happened in the race, and it was still me and you won.
Are you sure it's the first time it's happened, Spreader? Where have you, if you just got like the annals out of the the records out of the sort of the big dark room where we put it all?
Well, Spriggs has just got the same flag as me, but he's English. Curse is English. You got obviously Axel races in here, but I think Shrek's American. So unless we've had like Axel, Shrek, and Spriggs on the podium, then yeah, this is the first time. I'll have to go back and check, but I just had to scroll through from season 7 and season 8 from Fangio, and it was always usually like me, Jack, or me, Jack and Spriggs. You know what I mean? That sort of.
Yeah. Nice. That's a nice little stat then. So cool. That's good for tonight. So I'll try again. Anybody know where we are next week?
I think it was Spain.
Spain.
No, don't say Spain. Stop it.
I'm excited for the race after that.
Not a fan of Spain, Spread?
Yeah, I like Spain, just not very good at it.
I'll probably
Oh,
next
right.
race next week as well if there's space.
Alright, throw your name down. It sometimes gets a bit congested on a Friday, like you said. We end up with 28 drivers, but with only 20 cars.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, no, like I said, you're welcome to put your name down, and it'll go into the hat with everybody else's, and
All right.
someone will get drawn out.
Okay,
I'll-
Axel,
I'll
what
just try
about
to
you for
mark it
Spain?
first.
Axel?
I don't know. Not a fan. Pretty decent,
fan?
I guess.
Spain without yes.
It'll still be in
yeah.
top 3.
After the Saturday
Yeah.
race, I have nightmares from that track. So
Didn't you do very well on the Saturday race?
I crashed on the last lap.
Oh, you did, didn't you? That was funny.
Yes,
I mean,
you
that was
did
unlucky.
it.
Yeah, but after Spain, it's Monaco, and hopefully I'm gonna do well there.
You like Monaco, yeah. I think
Can I
actually
just-
Adican you.
Can I just ask
Yeah.
something? In 2 days time, the British time goes to British summertime, right?
I've not a clue.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
let's
it does,
go.
yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Well, actually, it's
Finally.
tomorrow, kind of thing. It's like so it happens overnight, tomorrow night into Sunday.
Okay,
Also,
I
we
see,
get
I
an
see.
extra hour, or do we lose an hour?
I can never remember which way round it is, Fred, if I'm honest with you.
I'm sure.
Can't remember.
No, okay, I'll find out. I'll ask my mum. My mum will know. She knows all
Yeah.
that weird stuff.
I think the clocks go back because
Stop it.
Well,
I think it's
gonna-
that way round. I think they go back.
It's gonna
All
be
right.
1:30
If they go
AM
back,
for me.
that's fine. If they go back, that's absolutely sound.
Yeah, I think it's got to be because it needs to get lighter later, so the clocks go back.
It's great that you get
I
in
don't
bed
know.
at 11:59 and you lie down at 11 o'clock.
Yeah. All right then, guys. That's another really good race for PRF1. Well done. Interesting because of the safety car as well, made to give us a bit of. We were all like, "Oh, can they get to the end? Can't they? Can they?" And all that sort of thing. Only one of them could, and they won the race. So there we go. We'll see you same time next week, so 8:30 next week for Spain. Then always a good race around Spain. Lots of action always. So come and join us for that one. I will see you again on Sunday for FGR. So come and join me for that one at 8. Well, lobby open 8 p.m. We start at 8:15. So come and join me for that one. Other than that, join the Fuse Demon stream tomorrow night at 8 for the 100% race. Also around Silverstone, where you'll basically see Robbo in a Merkite spec winning. So yeah, that's what usually happens around Silverstone, isn't it? Spreads.
That's not happening.
We're not letting it this time. Not this season.
No. Robbo's got that Alfa Romeo I had.
Definitely. All right, cheers to everybody watching. Cheers to everybody watching it back later point. Thank you very much. Good night. God bless. Have a nice Easter weekend, and I'll see you soon.